And the lights are out for the season finale here at Silverstone. Kai gets a great start as Soul Demon immediately has to fight off his championship rival. Wheel to wheel he goes, slightly alongside Kai, was able to maintain his lead. Here comes Toto, already having a look at his championship rival. He's going to try to go long around the outside, that's not going to work out. Jumpy Painter also having half a look up the inside as Soul Demon sends it up the inside of Kai, but he's unable to complete the move. Actually, they're still side by side through the kink. Somebody on the inside. Toto is going to have a look at the kick Sauber ahead of him, but he is going to have to go the long way around the outside as they go wheel to wheel, almost 3 wide. Jumpy Painter goes up the inside, that's very close for contact, and Jumpy Painter crucially gets past Toto around the outside as they're wheel to wheel on the exit, and Jumpy Painter is going to edge just ahead of Toto. Soul Demon has taken the lead of this race, and Jumpy Painter does get past Toto. And Tolu down to P4, and that's Kai going very wide through Stowe, and that allows Jumpy Painter to get through a bit of contact between the two. Kai is on the mediums, so the cars around him are going to have the tire advantage, and it's a Sauber 1-2 at the end of lap 1. So almost over 1 second. Oh, and that was very close for Kai to hit the back of Jumpy Painter, and through goes Tolu, and he's now up into P3. And if Jumpy Painter does not have the DRS, then this is going to be a great opportunity for Tolu to get past the kick Sauber up ahead. And he does not have the DRS. Here comes Tolu, and he's going to fight with Jumpy Painter up the inside. He goes the Alpine, but he's going to get past Jumpy Painter. He's up into second place, and now he can close the gap towards Soul Demon. But look how close Jumpy Painter is to the back of the Alpine. He's going to send it up the inside into the final chicane. We go wheel to wheel for second place contact between the two, but Toto stays just ahead, but the gap is now over 1 second, and Toto's going to try and push all of his ERS to get back within DRS range. He cannot afford to drop behind, and he has done so. And look at the gap, and Jumpy Painter sends it up the inside of Toto, but that is not going to work out, and Toto has the better traction to hold it around the outside. Uno Master retired from the session, and now Jumpy Painter's under pressure from Kai, trying to go around the outside into turn 6. But he's not going to go for it, and Parzival now having half a look inside of Kai. Top 5 are so close to each other and fighting it out like it's the last lap. But we still got 21 laps to go after this one. And he's closing the gap to his championship rival. Tolu pulls to the inside, and Tolu is going to take the lead of this race on lap 5. On P3 on the grid, the Alpine is back ahead of the Sauber as Tolu leads the way. And that is Kai up the inside of Jumpy Painter, just like Jumpy Painter did a lap ago on Tolu. This time it's the Sauber having the better traction around the outside. And here comes Soul Demon once again, and he's going to re-overtake Tolu into Brooklands. And he's got the job done. Now he has got Jumpy Painter directly behind Tolu again. Spartava goes the long way around the outside of Lovefield. Is he going to finally be able to complete this move? I think he is, with the help of some ERS, and Parzival is up into P4. Soul Demon slightly out of shape, out of Chapel, and here comes Toto, switches to the left hand side, and he's going to get ahead once again as Jumpy Painter. He's got Parzival trying to go for the double overtake. Soul Demon down to P4. Parzival up the inside of Jumpy Painter. A bit of contact between the two, and Parzival with a double overtake, and he's up into second place. The two Saubers down to P3 and P4, but Jumpy Painter still up the inside of Parzival into the final chicane on the outside. Bit of contact once again. We're going 3 wide into the final corner, and Soul Demon is up at the second place while his teammates up into the gravel trap. And that is going to allow Kai to get through as well. And Tolu now has got a 1 second gap towards his championship rival Soul Demon. And it's going to stay that way. 1.2 seconds now as Parzival has half a look up the inside again. While Jumpy Painter fights it out with Kai into turn 1. More contact between the two. It's getting feisty out there as Jumpy Painter gets forced off track. And that allows Wardy now to get through. And up into P5. Jumpy Painter drops down to P6. As Soul Demon has to fight off Parzival now. He's dropped down to P3 while Tolu is comfortable out in front. He's got a 1.2 second gap to Parzival in second place as Jumpy Painter and Kai still fighting it out. And Kai is getting his elbows out on the exit, still staying ahead of the kick Sauber as the Sauber stars will start to drop off in these few laps. But crucially, Tolu is out in front and he's got a gap. And Soul Demon is going to pull into the pit lane at the end of lap 11. But he has to keep his speed limit. Oh no, Soul Demon! 10-second time penalty. How did he fumble that? I thought for sure he had it under control as he went to the pit lane. But he still sped into the pit lane. And Soul Demon with a 10-second time penalty. And has that ruined his chances of the championship? because he will lose so much time. And if there is not another safety car, or a safety car in general, then that penalty will stand to the end of the race, and for sure Tolu will be able to finish ahead. Twisteri finds himself wheel to wheel with Kainzan on the run through Kopp's corner. Surely not, we're going to go wheel to wheel through here. Kainzan, I think he's going to back out, and he is. So Twisteri, nice move there, got up at the P7. Spartavo takes the lead of this race. At the end of lap 13, we have a new race leader at the British Grand Prix. As these two are still going at it, Kainzan and Alpine Ball. And Tolu re-inherits the race lead. At the end of lap 14, he's got back ahead of Partsval. And he's going to pull into the pit lane. Keep it under the speed limit, mate. That's all you need to do. And he does so, successfully. And so does Partsval and Kai, all three of them, into the pit lane. Onto lap 14, and Twisteri is unable to keep it under the speed limit. He's picked up a 10-second time penalty as well. And that is very unfortunate, because he was looking quite competitive in this race. But let's take a look at where Tolu is going to come out compared to the two Saubers who pitted 2 laps ago. I'm sure Soul Demon will be ahead, but I'm not that confident that Jumpy Painter will be ahead, and he's not, in fact. Tolu comes out behind Soul Demon, and so does Partsval and Jesus, the Jumpy Painter. He's got 2 cars in between himself and Tolu. Skirazzo finally pulls into the pit lane. Tolu, he's got within DRS range as Jumpy Painter is going to go around the outside of Jesus. Turns in quite aggressively, and Kai trying to go along. And he's up the inside of the Mercedes, hits the inside curb, and he gets the job done. Kai now up to 6th place as Spartaval with the fastest lap of the race. And Soul Demon, what has happened there then? He's dropped behind the P3. Did he make a mistake coming out of the final corner? Or did it just let him through? What happened? Oh, into the wall goes Kainzan with Twisteri out of the final corner. The Alpine finds the gravel trap, and so did the Red Bull, and they have collided. Kainzan down to P14 while his teammate retakes the lead of this race with 6 laps to go. Bit of a moment there for Soul Demon as well. And here comes the Haas alongside and ahead. And Jesus is going to follow him through, and Jesus is going to go for double overtake as he goes up the inside of Kai into Stowe, and the Mercedes is up at the P3. Bit of contact between himself and Kai, and almost Soul Demon going around. Getting caught up in that. Now we're going wheel to wheel with Kai into the final chicane, but Soul Demon is going to try and stay ahead, but they're still going wheel to wheel, going to the final corner. The Sauber that's just ahead of the Haas, but a brilliant move there from Jesus, taking 2 cars at once, and he is going to go for that final spot on the podium. But here comes Soul Demon, pulls alongside, and he's back into P3, and Kai is going to get back ahead as well. So the brilliant overtake that Jesus just put off has not really been has been for nothing, because he's down to P5 again. But great fighting here at the end of this race, as Kai is going wheel to wheel with Soul Demon, and these two were nearly going into the wall as there was contact on the run towards Kopp's corner, and now going wheel to wheel into Maggots and Baggots, but Soul Demon hangs it round the outside to stay ahead of the Haas of Kai as Jumpy Painter pushing Jesus through the corner, has him onto the exit, and through goes Kiratsu up to P6. Kai goes around the outside of Soul Demon again, and here comes the RB up the inside of the Mercedes. Bit of contact between the two, but he gets the job done, and he's now up into P5. And Jesus is getting swamped there down to P7 as Jumpy Painter is going to get past as well, up into P6. Soul Demon gets ahead of Kai into Kopp's corner, and through goes Kiratsu as well as we go wheel to wheel into Maggots and Baggots. And what has happened? Kai's off into the grass. As he made contact, he rejoins down in P7, picks up a 3-second time penalty as well as he cuts the corner. But did he make contact? I wonder, as he gets past Jumpy Painter again. Here comes Jesus around the outside of Soul Demon. Might as well. And here comes the RB alongside, fighting it out, hits the back of the Sauber. Mercedes still hanging around the outside, which will turn it inside line for Love Field. Bit of contact between the two again. And Jesus not struggling for Gibbon. Here comes Kai. Almost with 2 wheels on the grass. He's put himself back into the fight. What a scrap at the end of this race for P3. As we can almost go side by side. Jumper Painter wheel to wheel with Jesus. Through Cobb's corner. And Jesus is going to get ahead of the Sauber. I really couldn't tell you who's going to get this final spot on the podium. Oh, and sold him with a 3-second time penalty. That doesn't really matter anymore. As Kuratsu gets past. He will be in P3 coming on to the final lap. As Kai is going to try and go around the outside in the stall. Wheel to wheel we go once again. With Soul Demon. Has a slight moment on the exit. The Haas up the inside into the chicane. But they're still fighting. Still going at it. And Soul Demon. Is he going to get ahead? More contact between the two and he is. The Alpine, who was in the fight for the championship last season. But a heartbroken season finale left him without the championship trophy. While we see Barteveld trying to go around the outside, Tolu is going to fight for this race win. No matter if he's going to win the championship. They're going wheel to wheel into the final chicane. Barteveld on the inside, Tolu around the outside, and Tolu has got it. Barteveld is going to try and get past, but he's not going to do it. And Tolu is going to cross the line to win the British Grand Prix and to win the Tier 3 championship as well. Tolu is your champion. Finally he's done it. After heartbreaking end to the season finale of last season. Tolu, what a drive, what a performance all season long. And he is your new F1 Broke Boys Tier 3 champion. That sees the end then of F1 Broke Boys Season 12 Tier 3. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate this tier every single week for all 12 rounds of the season. And I have thoroughly enjoyed doing so. And without a doubt, we'll be back